I grew up in a traditional middle class family in Pune, and I always wanted to be a cardiologist. I cleared my FMGE with a score of 208 on 300, and I graduated from VN Karazin Kharkiv National University in Ukraine, and my primary resource was Marrow. To be able to completely understand the healthcare system of India, Marrow was my doorway or a window, and with time I got accommodated to the Marrow resources, and I was just trying to utilize the NEET PG course, and I tried to finish NEET PG videos. So I began with internal medicine videos and surgery videos, and these were my two first choices to begin. I heard from Rakesh sir that it is always good to begin a subject like internal medicine because it will teach you from the very basics such as anatomy, and then take you to the physiology, and then to the pathology, and then to the pharmacology. So it will go in a flow. So to be able to correlate all the subjects, all the basic sciences and the paraclinical and preclinical subjects, you should be able to understand the disease as a whole, and to be able to integrate medicine and surgery are the best subjects to start your preparation with, and that's what worked for me. So the main shifting of gears that happened for me from video notes etc. to the Q banks and the mocks and the tests was during the 2022 year, like from the Jan 2022 to the December 2022. Between the 1 year of the exam phase, the FMGE preparation, I just shifted my gears to the questions and the Q bank modules, and the main important thing for me was qualitatively to understand the description that was given in the questions, and to look at the bold black points. I realized that if I have to clear an exam like FMG, I should focus on the FMG specific Q bank because the questions were very well designed and strategized for the students to be able to crack the exam. So I made the full use of that particular FMG Q bank, and it was just perfect. There were days when I used to get 8 questions wrong out of 10, and it used to demotivate me to another level. But then somehow I kept going and I kept moving forward because I knew without doing the questions and without getting those wrong questions right now in my preparation phase, it would have been impossible for me to get right answers on the D-Day. As my goal was to solve as many questions as I can, and I wanted to complete the Q bank entirely, I tried to focus myself to doing at least 5 to 10 modules every day. And between this time, the Marrow team was providing us Marrowthon. In this Marrowthon, we had to do minimum of 5 Q bank modules every day on a daily basis. So it was a great push for me. I was not aiming to win this marathon or anything. I just wanted to complete my Q bank module, and that would have been a win for me. So I was completely focused on that. But I ended up winning a marathon, and I was so happy. I won an extra 3-month subscription, and it just happened out of nowhere. So during my preparation, there were various points during which I felt extremely low, saturated, sad, disappointed in myself and in my preparation, and I was doubting myself if I can even pass the test. So these were the times when I pushed myself to give a mini test because I did not have the courage to go and give a GT at that moment. And this is around the months of August or before that, August 2022 or before that. So I took mini tests, and my focus was only to get 15 correct out of 30. And if I got 15 right, I was very happy. I just told myself that I'm on the right track and I'm doing the good thing. Despite the wrong and despite the disappointments and the failures, I am doing my best, and I was very happy in myself. So by the months of October, I suppose, as far as I remember, I started taking GTs, the main mocks, and before the November exam got postponed, I had taken only 2 GTs. And my score was around 154, 167, something of that sort. And after that, when the exam got postponed, I made it a point to give a GT after every 4 days or 5 days, and I completed around 6 to 7 extra GTs, which really helped me, especially with memorizing the PYQs and understanding and evaluating myself. Earlier, the biggest mistake that I was doing was I was not reviewing my GTs, because once I crossed the 150 line, I was very happy in myself and I didn't go back and review, which was my biggest mistake. I would rather go back and see all my right and wrong, to understand which questions I have guessed, instinctively, intuitively. So later on, when the exam was postponed and I was trying to do all the GTs in that period, in that 1 month period, I made it a point to review all of the GTs, especially the wrong ones. Even if I was very lazy or fatigued, I used to leave the correct ones. I used to not review the correct one. I used to just filter out the incorrect ones and have a look at it. And PYQs was the most important GT, I believe, in my opinion. I should have scored 300 out of 300, but I got 232 in that particular PYQ GT. So yeah, you can get wrong in your PYQs as well. So make it a point that you should always have your PYQs committed to your memory. Now that I have cleared FMGE exam, I have the courage in my heart that I can make it through any exam, and that would have not been possible without the extra efforts that I took, along with using Marrow as my primary resource. And I feel so happy today to add the prefix doctor in front of my name, and I wish this feeling for each one of you. I want you all to make it through this journey, cross the line, make your parents proud, and most importantly, make yourself proud. I am Dr. Kaunain Baig. This was my story.